Hello and welcome to the Intimate Feminine podcast and YouTube channel. I am Jacqueline Robinson. For years, I have worked with women to deepen into the fullness of all they are in their own unique feminine signature, to include divinity, sexuality, relationship, expression, creativity, intuition, all things that are unique to the feminine, energetic, and signature. I consider myself a love intimist. By that, I mean I am an intimist. I love deep, rich, intimate connection through conversation, through sharing intimate space and presence. And by that, I don't mean simply sex or something erotic, although certainly intimacy includes those more private inner spaces of our world. Intimacy to me includes spirituality, sexuality, communication, artistry, and the way that we express our desire to create and to come into uh, harmony, union in within relationship to ourselves. And for me, that has been in and with the feminine, in relationship with the other, being our lover, our partner, our spouse, our beloved and chosen one. And also coming into an intimate connection with divinity, whether that is God, source, um, universal energy, or simply a source of energy that you believe moves and partners with you in the engagement and creation of your life. Intimacy to me also is very much about the mundane day to day pieces of how we are moving and navigating what is right here in the everyday human real world. I created the Intimate Feminine podcast because I found myself wanting to have conversations with different people in my world and to sit down and to ask the questions that I, in my own curiosity, wonder about. I am a Scorpio rising. I believe there are key points in astrology that teach us about ourselves. And for me, being a Scorpio rising as well as a Sagittarius sun, I am so curious what goes on in the world, not only in the places that we can see, but in the darkness. And the darkness includes the mystery, the feminine mystery of mysticism, of creation, of intimacy, divine intimacy, as well as this sort of mystery and energetics of masculine and feminine, and how we engage, how we deepen in who we are, and the ways that we can unfurl, certainly in the feminine, unfurling into a deeper, pure, nourishing, uplifting way of being and engaging with ourselves and others in the world. I also believe there are many, many of us who, certainly in the human reality, as well as those of us who have already been navigating for some time now in the spiritual realm, in the unseen world, what to me is the mystical. And there's a shift happening in that space as well. There's this void of darkness where all that has been false is falling away, and it can be a bit disorienting and uncertain what exactly is true and real. Which brings me to season 1 of the Intimate Feminine podcast. Season 1, which is live now and right where we are opening and beginning, opens the taboo sort of lid on Pandora's box as it has come through myself, first of all, and then my relationship with my husband, George, and the massive evolution of our 30-year marriage. January 1, 2020 was a precipice of everything changing across the globe, touching every human being on this planet. For George and I, it wouldn't wait until the pandemic broke. Our world broke open finally after cracks and fissures for many years on January 1, 2020, when I sat down and opened and revealed to him a place in myself that, certainly having known me for already at that time, we were at 27 years, I believe. Certainly, George has always said, I know you, Jacqueline. I know you. I know you better than anyone. And that has been true. What was not revealed, it's not quite disclosed, in the open to George was a deeper place in myself that would connect my own sexual expression, the depth of my relationship and desire and natural affinity to divinity, mysticism, and in some ways the occult. Places that I had kept secret from myself, private, separated, protected, and lived out in a way that was not in full disclosure, out loud in my everyday reality. On January 1, 2020, I uttered a statement to George that would rock his world. And that man's response, as I share in the first 3 episodes, was utter and absolute unconditional love. He did not waver. In fact, that place in him became more alive and more real as he activated what true unconditional love is. George Robinson, my absolute love and the man I know I belong with, and I'll talk more about that in the Intimate Feminine podcast, carries potent energy, codes, design for a man who loves unconditionally and will stand in that unconditional love without collapse. Welcome. I am Jacqueline Robinson, love intimist. I am also a feminine muse and mentor. I've been working with women as George and I are opening into this new reality of our love and relationship together. We together are also offering mentoring for couples on the cusp of massive change and or desiring to deepen into the potency of love and creation in everyday life, in the most normal and ordinary of moments. I welcome you. Take some time. I will be sharing excerpts as well as full videos here of our conversations. You can visit my website, jacquelinelrobinson.com. I've created exclusive offers for podcast members at your desired level and depth. And I am so excited because this is not only what feels like the culmination of my entire life and desire to express and connect and bring more love into the world, but also just a beautiful, beautiful opening into creation of a community of lovers, of masculine and feminine and men and women and couples and families that open to create villages and community as our world moves through the most expansive evolutionary shift in our DNA and in our consciousness we've had on this planet for thousands of years. Our world is rapidly changing. We must learn how to connect, how to create from a place of openness, honesty. That's another piece of our story. Radical truth was demanded of me to get to this place. We are moving into the creation of more communities, of this age of Aquarius where connection is opening and we are rapidly changing in what we desire and how we want to move forward. George and I have chosen to share our story because we believe the very intimate and vulnerable exposing details of what we have been through will touch many of you. We welcome your response. I welcome your feedback. Perhaps at certain times I will come here and broadcast live and engage. Otherwise, you can find me on Facebook, Jacqueline L. Robinson, and also The Intimate Feminine, and visit my website, jacquelinelrobinson.com. Subscribe to stay up to date with everything that is changing at this point. I'm just following the creative process to see what wants to come through. I am trusting. I am co-creating with George, which has been my dream. He's very much a part of the foundation of this body of work and artistry. I'm so, so thrilled you are here. So much love to you, Jacqueline.